For the last 3 seasons, Skylar McGarrity has been knocking down the competition. Already a 2-time ECC All-Conference selection, the junior has had a significant impact for Adelphi bowling ever since she has stepped onto campus.
I was really young. I think I was probably 3 when I just started picking up a bowling ball and throwing some shots. My grandma my brother bowled, and she got us into it, so it just kind of came to me.
But what people don't know is that Skylar has been battling through adversity every day since middle school.
So it was the last day of 8th grade. I was at my locker, and I went completely blind, and I already have vision in one eye, so when I went completely black, I was freaking out, and it felt like it was 10 years that it was gone, but it was really only like 10 seconds. So then I rushed down to the nurse, and they didn't believe me because I had been coming to the nurse a lot that year, and it turns out that eventually I was diagnosed, but then I started having stroke symptoms that same day, and so we got a whole bunch of testing, and then I was eventually diagnosed after a whole bunch of scans.
So that day in 8th grade was the day she, hit the wall. Basically, we never knew anything was wrong before then with this condition, which has a bunch of different names. Pseudotumor cerebri, intracranial hypertension, idiopathic intracranial hypertension. So that's when it started, and 2 years later, she had a VP shunt put in, and actually this past November, she had an emergency surgery to replace the VP shunt, which had started failing.
So throughout high school, I had no idea. Didn't know. I always knew she wore very thick glasses. She always had that little lazy eye. Never asked questions. We were never really close. We kind of had like a little rivalry in high school. And then finally, we were teammates in college. And then freshman year, obviously there was talk. Skylar has this brain disorder. It's kind of like a tumor, but it's not. All that stuff. And then we just got really close.
So when I recruited Skylar, really no idea about her condition and, her issues with sight and her issues with her headaches. So when starting to talk to Sky first week of preseason as a freshman, you start to find out, Skylar can't see certain parts of the lane. Peripherally, she can't see to the left as well as, pretty much better as well as most people can. Asking her to pick out certain parts of the lane was kind of difficult for her. So as a coach, where we're very refined techniques and we're looking at specific parts of the lane, I found it was going to be quite a challenge for us. Quickly turns out that Skylar's ability to, with spatial awareness, her ability with being able to just know where certain things are around her, made it a quite easy transition for us to figure out what we needed to do in order to obviously make things work for her. Like I said, though, at first it was a big challenge, but it turned out that with Skylar's abilities, they're few and far between bowlers who have great eyesights are able to do what she's able to do.
So it has 2 names, idiopathic intracranial hypertension, but I like to call it pseudotumor cerebri because it sounds exactly what it is. Pseudo, fake or non-existent tumor, and then cerebri refers to cerebral spinal fluid. People with my condition have a lot more cerebral spinal fluid because of the fake tumor that our brain thinks we have.
While the condition covers many lanes, Skylar's Panther family has remained a constant support every step of the way.
At first it was a little scary because, we kind of had to talk to each other and be like, hey, if you're going through an episode or something, we need to communicate and you need to let me know because if something's going on that I don't know about, that'd be really scary for something to happen and me be there and not know what to do. So, we kind of talked about, the medicine that she takes and, stuff like that. But basically, we kind of ask each other, how she's doing every day and talk about it and make sure she's doing good. But she's kind of the type of person, even if she's not doing good, she's going to say she's doing good because she doesn't talk about her hard times. So she knows it could be worse, so she just kind of keeps it going, and each day to her is a good day regardless of how she's feeling or not. We all treat each other the same, no matter how she is that day, no matter what her condition is. Skylar is Skylar. She's a very special person. She's one of my best friends. But if she's having a hard time, we all pick her up.
I know I have to let everybody know around me about my disorder in case, I lose my vision or I have a seizure or a stroke, or I just break down in tears because of the pain. Everybody needs to know, and I was hesitant at first, but these girls literally just take me open-armed, and no matter the pain I'm having, they always know what to do and say. Like, they're just so supportive, and they are the best support system I could have asked for.
It's amazing. You would never hear Skylar ever even say that she can't see something, or that's the reason why she missed something because of her condition. It's amazing she comes with this attitude of like she gets to have the chance to do this. She gets to do things that other people with her condition don't have a chance to do. And it's amazing to see her still able to succeed, become an all-conference player, win multiple weekly awards through the conference. It's really quite amazing to see what she's able to do.
It's amazing. She truly amazes us every single day. She did have to give up swimming, but then she put everything she had into bowling, and she excels, and we'd love to see her go further with it.
I love bowling, so it's kind of been like an out for me. I mean, I've been at tournaments crying and throwing bowling balls, but I just know at the end of the day, like, I'll be proud of myself for overcoming it. And it's really just me overcoming and trying, even when I think I can't, I do.
I'm honored to be her coach. Like I said, she inspires me to be a better person. She inspires me to wake up with the mentality of, I don't have to come to coach these girls. I want to come here. I'm happy to be here. I get to do this opportunity. Because like I said, every day for her is a struggle, and for most people would, kind of put themselves down in that kind of situation. But for her, knowing that I'm coming here, and she was able to get out of bed that morning, and she was able to push through a 3-hour practice. I mean, as a coach, you can only admire that and want to keep coaching her and want to keep wanting her to do better and keep that bar high for her, because she always has that bar high for herself. So it's a pleasure and an honor. Absolutely.
Despite the curves thrown her way, Skylar knows that each individual day is its own accomplishment.
It's taught me that I can never give up. I mean, I just recently had a surgery unexpectedly a month and a half ago, and it literally turned my world upside down, because I went to the hospital for something else, a different pain, and they told me, oh, you're getting surgery. And I was just like, what? And we were still in school. It was right around Thanksgiving break, and then we were still bowling, and I was just like, I was defeated in a way. And that time really made me realize that this disorder is so real, because normally I just live life like it's nothing. Like, I'm just living me. But after my first surgery, I knew that, I was going to be okay. And then not realizing that with my surgeries, I'm always going to need another one. I just didn't think it would come this soon. But every day, it's just, like I said, I want to be able to look back and say, I did that. I get to do that. And I did it. Like, that's the biggest accomplishment to me. So.